The gym hour isn't where your health is built. The other 23 are. And I know that's not what people want to hear, especially if you're already making the effort to get to the gym consistently. But stick with me here because understanding this actually makes everything simpler, not harder. The conversation about health almost always centers on the workout, how often you go, how hard you train, what program you're following. And the gym absolutely matters, but it's one piece of a much bigger picture that most people aren't paying attention to. The workout is the signal. It tells your body to adapt, to get stronger, to become more efficient. What happens in the other 23 hours is what determines whether your body actually responds to that signal. And for a lot of people, those 23 hours are quietly working against everything the gym is trying to do. Here's something worth understanding about how the body actually adapts to exercise. When you lift weights, you're creating small amounts of damage at the cellular level in your muscle tissue. The body responds to that by rebuilding the fibers slightly stronger than they were before. The process is called muscle protein synthesis, and it doesn't happen during the workout. It happens after, while you sleep, while you eat, while you recover. Training creates the demand. Sleep and nutrition are what answers it. Research is clear on this. Sleep deprivation raises cortisol, which is a catabolic hormone. Catabolic means breaking things down rather than building them up. So if you're training hard and sleeping poorly, you're sending the signal to rebuild, then you're creating an environment where your hormones are working against the rebuild. The effort you put in doesn't disappear entirely, but it is significantly undermined by what is happening in the hours around it. The same principle applies to cardio, flexibility, mobility, all of it. The workout sends a message. What you do afterward determines whether the body receives it. Think about this for a second. You eat 3 times a day. That's 3 separate decisions every single day that either support or undermine whatever you did in the gym. 1 hour of exercise against 3 meals and 23 hours of daily behavior. Which one carries more weight over time? Nutrition gives the body the raw materials it needs to rebuild and regulate itself between sessions. Exercise creates a demand. Food determines what the body has to meet that demand with. If you're training consistently but eating poorly, you're essentially asking a construction crew to show up every day without giving them any materials to work with. And I'm not talking about a perfect diet. I have a sweet tooth. I'm in California, so I'm definitely getting my regular fixings of burritos. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is that your daily eating is generally moving in the right direction more often than not. The barrier for most people isn't knowledge. Everyone knows vegetables are better than fast food. The barrier is environment. Processed food is engineered to be the easiest choice in the room. It's cheap, convenient, and designed to override the signals that would normally tell you to stop. The fix isn't willpower. It's making the right food the easy food. Prepping meals at the start of the week, keeping the kitchen stocked with things you could actually cook quickly, removing the friction from eating well. That's how the environment starts working with you instead of against you. Picture a pretty common daily routine. You wake up, commute to work sitting down. You sit at a desk for 8 or 9 hours. You commute home sitting down. You sit through dinner. You sit in front of a screen until midnight. And then you go to the gym 3 times a week and wonder why your health isn't where you want it to be. Research from the American College of Cardiology found that more than 10 and a half hours of sedentary time per day is independently linked to elevated cardiovascular death risk. And that association held even among people who were meeting the recommended weekly exercise guidelines. The gym session and sitting are separate variables. One doesn't cancel the other. That's not a scare tactic. That's just how the physiology works. The fix is actually simple. 2 minutes of movement every 30 minutes interrupts the metabolic slowdown that prolonged sitting triggers. A timer is the entire intervention. You don't need a standing desk or a restructured workday. You need a notification that goes off and the willingness to stand up and move for 2 minutes when it does. Work doesn't suffer. Your joints, your circulation, and your cardiovascular system benefit. I notice this in my own routine more than almost anywhere else. When my sleep sucks, everything downstream follows. Food choices get worse because my energy is low and convenience wins. My stress gets worse. My motivation to work decreases. The connection between sleep and everything else is immediate once you start paying attention to it. It's not theoretical. It plays out the same way every single time. Sleep is the foundation. When it goes, everything built on top of it starts to wobble. I go in on these topics every 5 days. The full post is at evolutionofwellness.com. Visit the link in the description. So, how do you actually put all this together in a way that holds long term? James Clear addresses this really well in Atomic Habits. His core argument is that goals are destinations, but systems are what actually move you. A goal to sleep 8 hours doesn't mean much if there's no structure around when the phone goes down, when the lights go off, and when you actually get into bed. A goal to eat better doesn't mean much if the kitchen is stocked with processed food and there's nothing prepared when hunger hits. The shift is from trying to make good decisions every day through willpower to building an environment where the right decision is just the easy decision. A consistent sleep and wake time set in advance removes the nightly negotiation with yourself about when to go to bed. The decision is already made. A weekly food prep session removes a daily default to convenience because the right food is already there. A movement timer set on your phone removes the need to remember to get up because the system does that for you. None of these require a lot of time or effort to set up. They require one decision made once and then maintained without relying on motivation every single time. And that is the difference between a healthy habit and an aspiration that keeps getting pushed to tomorrow. James Clear also talks about identity-based habits, and this part stuck with me. Behavior tends to align with how you see yourself. Someone who sees himself as a person who prioritizes recovery makes different daily decisions than someone who sees sleep as a luxury they will get to eventually. That shift in identity before any behavior actually changes is where sustainable health habits tend to start. Stop asking what needs to change at the gym. Start asking what the other 23 hours looks like. If this is useful, subscribe to follow along. I post new videos every week, and this is the first of many. The full breakdown on this topic is on my blog at evolutionofwellness.com and Substack. Both links are in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.